Yeah,
All right.
we're a bit
Okay,
late, but broadcasting.
that's okay. Well, they're not ready yet, so
You sure? It looks like they're playing to me.
they have wrong people on the wrong teams. So
I'll give you that.
they got MeMo guys on Freddy on the other team. So
Oh, looks like we got one guy doing stuff at Alpha.
all right, hold up. I'm gonna do the opening thing here. Just give me a sec here.
Right now
Just
we're
7 days
seeing
away from North America versus Africa in the Tier 1 International Games. BSR 5 will be running a full team of 4 with several players in reserve. Tune in next week to root for our North American friends as they play for something, since they apparently suck at football. Today, Space Canada TV gets the chance to cover something aside from a BSR 5 match. Today we'll get to see Memento Mori Denmark, MeMo, versus Punjaro squad, HUN, in a full team 32 versus 32 big battles matchup. Vehicles, planes, 1,000 tickets, and a lot of mayhem. Ready for us to go here as Denmark's best go against Hungarian's best. In Battlefield Big Battles, coming to you live here on Space Canada TV. Space Canada TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Blood of Christ Wineries. Try the classic Last Supper Table Red. By Lone Shark IPA for a great taste that won't break your kneecaps. Lone Shark IPA. By Dr. Birkin's Beauty Formula G. It'll change you. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 Remastered coming January 25th, 2019. Name Hero Kitten's Custom Cat Suit Emporium. You're going to like the way your cat looks. I guarantee it. And Dr. Javorkian's Jazzercise and Bingo Night. Shake what that doctor gave you. All right, with me today is Irish Ghost 97 and
94.
94.
You never get my name right.
Whatever, you're younger now. Be happy. And Oslin Troop, because it's Conquest, so we have to have a lot of people watching. So in a 32 versus 32 Conquest, it's a little different. I'm going to let Trooper explain this since he's actually watched and been in one before. So how is this going to work here today?
Today, this is the biggest conquest match we can get in the battlefield. So we're gonna see a lot of action in multiple places at the same time. And as you can see, there's a lot of players going on the map here. So I hope 3 commentaries will be able to to have a total view of all the map. Where the action is going to happen, and I'm expecting that maybe we're going to have some flanking behind from the Charlie flag here, maybe down to Alpha or Bravo, we don't know, but we have to have our eyes open because here's a lot of actions going on. It's like the normal mode on the public servers, only that this is a whole team playing together, so it's going to be a lot more harder to take over a flag than you do in a normal server. So this is going to be a very, very rough match, and a lot of fun of the players who is on this game. I never heard of the Hungarian team yet, but the MeMo team was basically earlier a united team called DKNS, and they have split up in 2 teams and are now called MeMo and Hex is the 2 teams they are split up into. So we will have some players who will do some extra damage, I hope so. So we have to have an open mind and see what happens.
Okay, the main question is, everybody have everybody they're supposed to have on their team, or are they switching everybody now to even it out as we speak? It looks like they are now. I know that looks like, I was pretty sure that they weren't ready just yet, and it looks like MeMo's missing 2 players.
Yeah. Maybe they have a plan. I haven't discussed so much with the team leaders, but we might see that this first match here is probably just a warm-up match, so they can get all players on the server on the right side.
Well,
so.
Looks like MeMo couldn't pull up in time for that after that little dogfight.
Well,
Gotta be careful flying so close to the ground.
Like that, yeah, flying too close. I Trooper was in on this. I was helping Ganja practice his plane flying for the match on the 23rd. He's not flying a plane, but he was practicing because we had no idea what anybody was doing. He was in the I guess the mid bomber, the middle plane, I guess. And he had found a way to do a Stuka dive bomb with me and the machine gunner up front. And Trooper going to test to this as we continue to just wipe a whole section of the map clear of everyone trying to get to a spot on Monte Grappa. You guys had a tank set up and we're trying to just keep spawning in on it to get to, I think it was D or C, and we just kept just swooping in and I was just painting the targets by marking and machine gunning, and he just pull up at the last second like a Stuka dive bomber, which, by the way, with World War I biplanes, would have sheared the wings off just with the G-forces right off the plane. You just can't
let's
do
not
that
forget the
in
fact
a
about them
real-life
trying
plane.
to do a vertical climb too. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
Not with engines
vertical
back
climb
then.
Yeah, at 60 miles an hour. Yeah, that was gonna work real well. Yeah, but
Yeah, but if you are thinking that you are playing in public servers, you don't always have so much support with the planes. But in this time of battles, you can just call your teammates and say, maybe we can take Delta, and we need support with the planes. And they just keep spotting, and if they have a bomber, it's going to be very deadly.
Oh, looks
For
like
the
we
other
got a
people.
potential dogfight going on over Echo and Delta. Looks like Momo's got HUN on the run.
heavy bombers are the worst things to set up in these kind of like super competitive maps because they're just so slow. The biggest ones especially. I've been so many operation maps where I basically just sat there with
MeMo
the
took
M90.
down an aircraft. Oh, but he's got a HUN on his ass now. Let's see how that goes.
But it's been, you just M19, 17, and another machine gunner can just sit there and prop up and mow it down before it can get anywhere. It's a nasty thing.
Looks like we've got a fight on two fronts.
Ooh.
They are now spawning back on Echo, I can see.
Yep.
To get in.
Yep.
And the plane
Now, if
just
memory
dropped
serves me correct, it's been a while since I've done this map on Conquest, but the U.S. spawns on the left side and the German spawn on the right, correct?
No,
Or am I got
the
it backwards?
The Americans should spawn at A,
Oh, okay.
and then the Germans would spawn over
Yeah,
E.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it now.
Because that's where the operation spawns are. Americans start all the way from A and work their way over to E in the operations, so...
Well...
I think we're just waiting on, waiting on one more from MeMo, it looks like, and then they should be able to start the match.
One thing I'd love for them to be able to do is, like, name Team 1 and Team 2. Like, Team 1 being HUN, Team 2 being MeMo. That'd make things a bit easier, but...
That would be an interesting change for something they could probably easily script into Battlefield 5 if they wanted to.
Battlefield 5. I'm interested to see how the encampment system's going to work in that. Well, looks like they're pretty much equalizing their captures now.
Yeah, I have a little trouble to get into the server. Could you send me the server info again on the...
PU. Just type in PU and you'll be good.
Yeah, but just type in PU. They spelt it wrong for us.
Alright.
Yeah, because I spent like half an hour trying to just sitting there smashing R3, looking for Punjaro. Nothing pops up. Dragon says, just type in PU. It's like, oh, there it is. So now, do we know? Now, this is just a practice round, correct?
Yeah, they're just getting everybody on the right teams. And then most likely they'll have like, I think it's like 40 minutes for Conquest. They'll go at 38 as long as everybody's on the right team. Wow, that's a wing gone. Yeah, so basically, this is going to be fun to watch. So,
looks like we're having a massive skirmish at Charlie at the moment.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people there here.
Let's see if I can't get a little bit.
I don't know if you're in tune with the camera controls, but Irish R2
I've
and L2.
been, I've got things pretty much figured out.
Up and down, and free cam is the best way to kind of get a good look at everything.
Looks like the Huns pretty much control Charlie at the moment, but they are getting pushed by quite a bit of ways.
Yeah. The only
MeMo's
problem is that the planes are just not going to be able to help out once they all get in that ball.
And MeMo is going to want to be careful right there, because that's just a kill hole, because that's just kill alley right there.
Looks
Especially
like
with all those medics. Oh, that'll be interesting. Oh, had a bombing run. Is it any effect? Doesn't look like it.
Trooper got in and out. I don't know if he... Do you have the right password?
I didn't get any password yet.
Oh, looks like they're restarting it.
Alright, the password is, they sent it to us, so...
Yeah, I got that. I didn't find the server. I had to join through Tranquility.
Oh.
See how that goes.
Hopefully it doesn't put you in the game.
That wouldn't be awkward at all.
Pop-Tart is famous for joining the game. He's like, hey, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh yes, me and Pop-Tart have a history. He doesn't like playing games where there's friendly fire on with me around.
That was the craziest map we had when Pop-Tart had to announce the last one we did. Against I think it's FCU or something, or I don't know what it was. I gotta look it up. But they had friendly fire on in their frontline server.
Oh, looks like we got a couple of comments. Lynn, aren't you supposed to be looking at the YouTube side?
Yeah, no, that's me typing in.
Oh, okay.
But Pop-Tart, Rotten Tongues on BSR5 completely forgot that friendly fire was on and just sprayed a hallway and killed about literally a squad of people. It's kind of just like, oh, it looks like someone's already capping. I guess they're going right off the bat, or are they each getting a cap zone before they start? Is that how that's working, or did they goof?
Well, the Huns haven't done anything to cap anything, but
well, it does. The Huns show that they've got E here. Yeah.
They still haven't gotten their thing set because I'm seeing Huns and Momos on each side. MeMo's on each side.
They capped a point, which is gonna screw up the point stuff here.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be able to go 0-0 if you've got stuff wrong here.
Yeah.
Someone clearly doesn't. Well, one of the squads doesn't have Discord. How are they organizing when to start, when to go?
That's a very good question. I did ask him where they have.
Yeah, because this seems more like mayhem without some sort of like stop or go cue. Because HUN just started. They're just going to capture all the points. It's like, okay, the other team didn't even start. You know?
No. I'm very curious on how this is gonna go.
Well,
hope it's going okay.
Well, Hun's off to an early start. I don't even know who's on who anymore because I'm seeing Huns on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't know who's supposed to be
That's the problem when you restart these. EA likes to auto-balance everything the way they want.
And it used not to be like that. Used to, platoons would stick together. Now they don't. Now not so much anymore.
There is an option now that you can turn that off. I don't know if every player is aware of it, but you have an option on the server where you can turn that off.
Well, at the very least, looks like we got a Saint Charmaine versus a heavy tank going down between Bravo and Alpha. Let's see who wins this little fight. Doesn't look like they've noticed each other yet, and if they have, they're not shooting at each other. Oh, I think Charmaine noticed the heavy. Yep, lined up a shot. Ooh, got a nice broadside on him. And another one. That heavy tank's hurt pretty bad. Oh, Charmaine's taking some shots too. Looks like they've abandoned it. And down goes the Charmaine. Ooh, heavy took a nice hit from a light tank from the looks of it. And it's gone. Looks like we got a cavalry in the back lines right now.
I'm trying to figure out when this is starting, when all the stuff is getting going and.
Hey, they're lucky we were able to get this set up. We got like a 2-hour notice.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
I was like, I should be
Very
going to bed, shouldn't I? I have work tonight.
Yeah.
And I could be
I said,
doing some PC
I'll
Master
take a
Race
nap,
things.
and then I look at the clock, and I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm not taking a nap.
And I could be doing some PC Master Race things, but no.
I
Well,
did
from
not get into that server.
Well,
can't
from the
get
looks
into
of it now, it's just a fight over who can take over Bravo at the moment, because I'm just seeing a line of dead bodies at the moment.
Again, everyone's on the wrong sides again, so...
Yeah. And I thought we were going to be unprofessional.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were just coming in here and making it up as we went, but,
Nope.
not so much.
I mean, we usually make it up as we go along with whatever we do. Usually ends up working. Somehow.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how.
This is why we are having this united Discord, the Battlefield Big Wars.
I can just imagine.
Just to get the teams on the correct side and get the connection and get the really important messages out to the players, so they know when to start and where to switch side and all that. So I hope they have some sort of control there, but it seems like they don't.
Well, yeah, it's the habit of throwing wrenches into everybody's plans.
Well, they might have gotten together here because they're restarting it again. So maybe this means
No, they're not. You just got
not spawn.
You left the server. It's still going for me. I'm still going, buddy.
Oh, okay. Cool. Glad I was kicked to make room for a server admin. Okay.
Well, at least I'm the one streaming.
Okay. Sure.
Okay there.
That was not good at all.
No, it's not.
I was gonna say this is the best stream. Are they organized? It's like I don't want to be mean, but
Oh, looks like they're getting long range tank support outside Alpha. Looks like it's oh, we got an assault truck. That ain't gonna last long against the heavy. Oh, but it manages to back away before the heavy can finish it off. But it's running into the
now I can't even join it. Now I'm not even allowed. Okay.
Hopefully next week's match is more organized. Oh, and there goes the assault truck, taken out by the heavy. See, boys and girls, that's why you don't take a truck with paper-thin armor against a tank that's most likely rocking at this era 37mm cannon.
Roughly.
See, that's the best
what
thing.
The heck?
See, that's the best thing. You have the gun nuts do some commentating.
An excellent match here today, as our broadcaster was arrested today for no good reason. It was he was broadcasting the game, and they just came, cuffed him, and put him in the paddy wagon, and that's the end of the game for us here.
See, I heard it was
TV,
I heard it was indecent exposure. Oh. At least I didn't have a slip of the tongue like earlier today. That was a. I don't know how I confused those two words.
Best one. He was trying to say, are there any commas in that email
No,
address?
I was trying to ask if there was any caps in the address, and it just came out. I was like, is there any condoms in the address? I was like, what?
And I was like, yep.
Oh, Oslin got kicked as well. I wonder if I'm going to be next, because all the broadcasters but me are gone now.
Well, I can try to join back in. Hold on.
You know, this is going wonderful. They do know who's streaming, right?
All you, buddy. All you. Do the whole game now.
I got him. I have stage fright. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I think I just got kicked. This went well. Oh, no, they're restarting it. Okay. They're restarting the game.
Best stream ever. It's just what I typed into the chat.
Okay, the name for this is gonna just be Clusterfuck. That's the official name it will be on YouTube. See, this, boys and girls, is what happens when there's no talking between platoons due to one of them being not wanting to use Discord.
A free service, by the way.
Which you can sign up for on your phone. You don't even need a computer.
Let's see if it'll let me
you
back
can
in
just
here.
use mobile. And I will absolutely recommend it. So when you are battling, regardless if it is just 5 versus 5 or 10 or 10 or whatever.
Yeah, it makes getting things set up very easily.
You can have.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how the Discord works, you don't need to worry about that at all, because in Battlefield Big Wars we have everything you need to set you up for a game.
See, now before we continue to promote Discord, are we getting paid for this? If not, then we need to sign a little contract here. I need some money.
Every time you say it, I just see like $1 pop into my bank account. So go ahead, keep talking about it. That's fine. Just
It's like we get paid $1 every time Discord gets said. So say it about 1,000,000 times, and we'll be good.
Like if we had some like really weird sponsors, like Battlefield Big Battles is brought to you by. Are there capitals in that or condoms? Capitals or condoms?
Capital condoms, where you won't confuse it like we do.
Yes. Dragon, could you
That's
please
just gonna be the
on the Discord channel so I get the right server name, because I just can't find it.
No.
The server name of
I'm doing
this?
wrong.
Oh, looks like they've already started the match, and they're going for an early cap at Charlie. They are completely ignoring Alpha and Bravo, because I don't even
know if they're ready yet. Like,
because Huns are still on both sides.
Yeah, they're capturing the Delta and also the.
I hope we don't have this much confusion with the match next week.
I don't think so. No, everyone who's in that match is on Discord.
That's good.
And it's kind of like it's one of the big things that Tier 1 does all year, so it's pretty well organized. Like, I can say I work nights, so I can't really be there for the practice, so we put up different guys forward for this. Irish is going to be playing in that match on next Saturday, so
Yep.
Yeah, it's, from what I can tell,
looks
it's
like
pretty,
they've grabbed a heavy
pretty
bomber.
organized, so.
It seems like they're having some issues with the teams.
You don't say.
Going.
I mean, are they using AIM? Because if they're using AOL Instant Messenger, I'm gonna have a rude awakening for them with that. They're not gonna be able to organize that through that. Shut down.
We got many of the MeMo players in the Discord, but we need every player on the same side here and on the same page. So, to the players out there watching, if you see this failure of the two teams getting ready and getting to the match, get into the Discord.
Yeah, this is what happens when you don't coordinate.
Yeah.
This gentleman is a grade A clusterfuck.
Yeah. We had a similar.
What happened to locking the What happened to locking the party, Dragon?
I can't lock it. I can't do it.
Why can't you lock it?
Let
You can drop it down to 3 people, and that technically locks it out.
Jimmy left. He figured it out.
Yeah, what you can do is go to the party settings, and you can put it down to where there's only 3 people allowed in the party, and that is that's like a soft lock.
Well, I'm hoping that they figure this out soon, because
looks like we got a heavy bomber performing AC-130 support.
The less and less sleep I get, so.
That's a big plane when it still covers about a fourth of your screen when you're fully zoomed out. They made the heavy bombers ridiculously heavy. I doubt with the engines on that thing would have been able to take off in real life.
Those things actually worked in real life.
You're kidding.
All those things worked, yeah.
Huh.
All the planes in this thing, they all work. Like when everyone said, "Oh, that giant plane at the end of Wonder Woman," like, no, that plane worked.
The more you know.
They started figuring out near the end of the war they could make, planes with metal instead of just fabric.
Paper.
It was fabric, wood.
Oh, and let's not forget that apparently everyone in this universe thought it would be a good idea to have tracer rounds in your ammo. Good idea there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just for us. Makes it easier to see who's shooting who.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
I mean, honestly, if they made this game realistic, it would be really boring and not fun. It would be called Verdun, and that game would make everyone angry. Verdun on PS4. You can play it today. Play it for 4 minutes, get angry, go back to Battlefield 1.
Wait, did they actually release that on PlayStation?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And it's just as garbage as it is on PC to play.
You tried to rope me into playing it on PC at once.
You know what? If you have a full team that knows what they're doing, it can be fun. But if you don't, it's one hit kill the game. That's it.
So basically, Battlefield Hardcore.
Yeah. Well, Battlefield Hardcore, but everyone's only allowed to have bolt-action rifles.
Oh, looks like... Oh, I don't know if it was a HUN or a MeMo, because they're not on the same... because they haven't diversified their teams yet, but... looks like we just had an attack plane take down the heavy bomber. Oh, even took out the paratrooper, too. Ooh. Talk about a roadkill.
I just got the confirmation from the MeMo team that they are still not ready. So we're waiting for this the game to start. So
I'm pretty sure I can go make a full course, 3-course meal by the time they get this set up, and they still won't be set up.
So is that a full course or a 3-course meal?
It's a full 3-course meal.
Oh, okay.
It's a full 3-course meal. Got the appetizers, got your main course, your dessert, and maybe that little after dinner shot of tequila, or whiskey if you're. Depends on how you are.
I was gonna say I don't know what meal you're eating unless you're eating like Mexican, where you're like, yeah, hand me the tequila while you're at it.
No. It's just we're just having Taco Bell tonight. Don't worry about it.
That's Taco Bell. A 3-course taco. That's the budget here. There you go. That's the budget for this stream. Full 3-course meal from Taco Bell. You have your little like,
yeah, we're living the high life now, boys.
You got your cinnamon sticks. You got your quesadilla and your chalupas, and then you get your little. Then you have like a cookie for dessert. Have your Baja Blast, and then have a shot of tequila.
No, you mix the tequila in with the Baja Blast.
Oh, there you go. That's just add insult to injury. Put it all together.
Dude, tequila aspires to be tasteless. Its only real reason is that... No, I'm thinking of vodka. Never mind.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
I'm thinking of vodka. I'm sorry.
Listen, I've been a certified alcoholic for years. I know the difference here. In America, as soon as you hit 21, you become a connoisseur of all liquor you can get your hands on. And then you go, wait, this was a terrible idea.
And
about
then
2 years later.
For me it'll probably be like one day. It's like, I'm going back to my high class whiskey. Which, speaking of which, I got about $125 bottle of whiskey sitting in my cabinet now that I really got to get a hold of.
Can you not reach it from the chair?
I can't. No, because that would involve getting up.
There's a 3-course, full-course meal of Taco Bell in front of me.
You know, a full 3-course meal of Taco
Bell. Next week brought to you by Burger King.
No, we got to go with McDonald's. That's seen it. They have a McDonald's in every country in the world.
Oh, you know what? You can go for a full day's worth of meals. You can start off with breakfast, have lunch, and then you'll be dead by dinner. It's gonna be great. You'll have a coronary at 5 o'clock. You'll be fine.
No, when it comes to Taco Bell, you'll end up not leaving your house for the next 4 hours.
We'll be streaming from our pearly thrones here as we depositing our 4th meals into a.
See, Aslan, this is why you don't want me and Dragon broadcasting together. We get talking about crazy crap like this.
Well, I mean, they're not playing yet, so I got time to make
we got time to kill. Well, since they're not
very
playing
tired.
yet. Oh, that's when the best jokes come out. Just make sure you put a comma condom on them.
No, capital commas. Capital condoms.
I'll be right back.
When you absolutely need to stop the S from getting in the J, you get a capital condom. There you go, new sponsor.
Seems like they're still spawning a little early. They have just started the game.
Oh, it is starting now.
It seems like it.
Everybody on the right team?
Spawn already. I'm playing again.
Are they restarting? Or am I getting kicked?
Oh. I hope we are just.
I never know. When it goes black screen, I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. So for all the viewers and the teams, get into Discord. We can add a link for the description in the YouTube commentary. You see,
I can put that
left out I left out the name this time.
That's one less dollar. What are you doing?
Yeah, $1 less for you.
Are they finally getting everything started?
Hopefully. The thing is,
I don't like it when you say hopefully.
If they want to get everything set up, they just need to stop spawning in immediately as the game starts.
If they want everything set up, they need to at least have like 4 people on Discord. That would help.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one is actually a little tight.
This is what I hope they are going to add in the Battlefield 5, that the administration of the servers are capable to have a button so when the teams are ready, he can just push the button,
start, yeah.
then hit start, and no one is able to spawn in too early. So I really hope that will be.
Well, something like that's technically already implemented when it comes to you need a minimum number of people to start a game.
But oh wait, is this it? Is this the start? I see MeMo all on one side, it looks like. Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, they got a heavy bomber. It looks like he's about to get... Oh!
I think this is it. I think this is the start. I see MeMo all on one team. Alright, this looks like this is the start. Now, they got one HUN on the wrong side, but it's close enough it looks like it's going to be at this point.
Well, from looks of it, we have an early game dogfight happening. Oh, and the...
Ooh.
And MeMo won the dogfight.
Gonna be very heavy between Delta and Charlie now, as you can see they're waiting.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at that horde going to D right now.
Oh, looks like they got a heavy bomb run, but who knows how long that bomb run will last. It's getting hit heavy by
A. If I was
A.
the other team, I would try to lock. If I hold C, I would lock down C and try to prevent anybody from getting on my flanks. I would make them just sit there at D and E and just not have anything to do with it, you know.
Well, it looks like that's what they're trying to do now. Oh, looks like we got a massive rush.
Horse is gonna dodge that.
Tank easy, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get around him.
He's completely already around him.
If he rounds that corner, it's gonna be a bad day for him.
Oh, but there's 2 guys waiting for that horse. Uh-oh.
Oh, they just ignore him.
Oh. Nope, they're shooting that horse.
Let's get a first-person view of how this guy's going.
Try to stay not in first-person view. We want to try to keep a above view.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll switch to first person if we get something interesting happening.
Oh, they see it. Tank bulldozing its way into the courtyard here, and the battle has begun. It looks like
Tank's flanking.
Looks like MeMo's got the high ground, but just a horde of people here coming to see.
Got a lot of casualties on both sides at the moment.
The horseman, as you can see, is keeping the tank busy, as you can see.
He's throwing those grenades. The horse has a distinct advantage over a tank, honestly.
Of having 2 anti-tanks. Well, it looks like we got a little light tank trying to be the little tank that could. Let's see if it'll actually do anything.
Bull rush, see. Look at how many bodies are in there.
See, and MeMo's got to be careful getting close to that tank because it is rolling with a flame package on it. Oh, and there goes the light tank. Did not last very long. Looks like he had some help from a nearby anti-tank squad.
HUN's got their Mark 7 up and running, but I don't see it running the mortar package, so it's kind of a waste. And honestly, if you're going to pick a Mark 7 without a mortar package.
Now you can run the tank gunner kit, and it works really good as well. That's what I run when I'm using them. Then again, I don't run it very often.
Look at
the
this. You got this.
Hungarian team is going over to Bravo now.
Yeah,
Really
they're going as a huge group, which is
And that-
leading them to be back capped constantly. So they'll rush 1 point, and then
Yeah.
they're losing D right off the bat, right away.
Yeah, we got a little
But
bit,
just-
got a little squad back capping. Oh,
But
looks like
look at
looks
the-
like they've
look at
got
the-
Overwatch
yeah.
by an LMG.
Yeah, they've got a lot of
And they've
Overwatch
all
going
won.
on to B.
A lot of casualties between those two, but it looks like HUN's making good progress. That's not doing
Yeah, but
much when they're getting back capped constantly.
Yeah, look, they got some guys trying to take back E now and D, but just look at the numbers.
They're just getting
One guy
overrun.
versus 6,
Oh, and
then-
he's gone.
and it looks like Nordic might be able to get not Russian, and he does, and he protects D. So D is going to get capped, E is going to get capped. They still haven't taken B. Well, they are now, but there's still a lot of pressure here, a tank and a couple other things. You can see some of them are starting to pull back now as they're getting capped on C too. Yeah, they really can't. In this kind of mode, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and you can't just send everybody en masse at a point because you still got 3 or 4 other points on the map.
Well, we got a squad rolling into Delta at the moment. Looks like one guy saw it, decided he wants to fall back until he's got some support.
Yeah, he got his squad to spawn on him, so all 5 of them are in there now. Including
They
a
gotta be
tanker
careful,
without a
though.
tank. Oh, one horse could wipe out this squad if it's not paying attention.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
there's
they've
some
all
grenades right
concentrated fire on him.
Just throwing some
Will he
health
last?
pouches.
Oh, they're starting to get slowly picked off. That they can't pay too much
Yeah, the
attention
horse
to that
is a good
horse.
distraction there, yeah. Back over at A, we got the planes finally getting in the game here. Oh, that heavy bomber is not going to last long. He's got 2 fighter planes right on him.
Unless he's got a good tail gunner, he is not going to last very long. The one,
Doesn't look
the
like
one,
he does.
nope,
They
and
just
he's
bailed
bailed.
right out.
See, now the one advantage is a heavy bomber has over the regular bomber is you get an HE cannon on that tail gunner. It'll rip through a fighter if you've got a good gunner on him. If not, well, you're just a flying free kill.
But see, same problem they have here. They're taking B, but look how many. What are the points they have?
Oh,
They've
they're-
got no security, and these planes are now just dive bombing. Well, that one didn't dive bomb.
Oh,
Neither did that
looks
one.
like they
found some trees there.
brought in a land tank. Looks like running the two-tone package. Nice. It's a good look, but looks aren't everything.
Right now, MeMo is just laying the smackdown, trying to take B back here. Tank is pretty vulnerable, but really hasn't been challenged yet.
Well, it's because they brought in their tank. They brought in tanks to Echo. They've retaken Echo. Looks like they're starting to push them out. But it's a fight on 2 fronts at the moment.
That tank barely took any damage whatsoever, and he's just a spawn point for this entire team. They're just letting him stay there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got a big rush coming in. Here comes the Zerg rush, but you've got a whole squad waiting for them to come to D.
Yeah, let's see what
Trying that same tactic with the cavalry to get them distracted a bit so their ground mobiles can come in. Oh, well, looks like it's gonna be a little cavalry fight right here. Ooh, and
They got their horse in there now too.
oh,
throwing
they brought in the
grenades.
land ship. Let's see if that's enough to push them out.
Oh, that horse just missed somebody. Whew,
Yeah,
close one.
but
Looks
using
like,
cavalry.
Looks like Hun's...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, using cavalry a bit myself. You got to be careful with how you push in. You get stopped for a moment, you're as good as dead.
I'm going to say this though: they're rushing, but you can see it's a little bit more organized. They are getting beat up by these planes, though. I mean, you got they're losing the back cap again at E.
Oh, looks like and there
Cameron,
goes the
you,
heavy.
inside the Charlie?
Inside where?
Inside the Charlie?
Inside? No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sort of. Yeah, we can sort of get it in here if you
If
angle it
you,
right. Yeah.
moving the camera
So,
view,
wow, there's a lot of people in here. Woo.
if you're making a free view, you can get in.
There's a lot of people, a lot of medics, a lot of medics. I'm seeing
Just go in there and up in the one in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. They're coming in from that back gate. Let's see if that'll do them any good.
I mean, there's just so many bodies in here. There's no way they can get enough people. One guy can't take these guys out. They just got sheer numbers at this point.
We're getting tickets. There are almost 300 tickets to the MeMo, and the Hungarians almost just above 220 tickets. So
yeah, the Hungarians have been getting kills. That's where they've been getting the majority of their points here. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like, they've been really getting a lot of kills in.
Yeah. Well,
they got the help of a light tank at the back gate. They're starting to push the Huns out of Charlie. But it doesn't look like they've got enough troops there to capitalize on it.
Oh, definitely not. Not with that horde sitting there, no. Hordes, Hungarians.
I see what you did there. Oh, looks
clever.
looks like the Huns are on the hunt. Oh, and they just took out the heavy tank. Good, didn't last long. From looks like most likely a squad of. Yep, that was a squad of 3 assaults and 1 support. Took out that tank like it was nothing.
A's just been taken by the Hungarian squad of 5.
Got 2 MeMos rolling in, but
yep. 3.
The Huns are pretty much set in. I don't think they're gonna last very long.
Oh, they're not gonna last long. With that plane keeps knocking 2 or 3 guys out every time it passes.
One good bombing run and the Huns are gone from there. Oh, it looks like somebody saw the camera and said.
Good job on Apple keeping the team off the flag.
Yeah.
Making them busy, so they can work with the other flags.
Looks like we got a nice little dogfight going. Hun trying to take down MeMo, but he just doesn't seem like he can land those shots. Meanwhile, he's got another attacker plane on him. Oh, and he takes him out. Let's see if MeMo can capitalize on him.
Another one though. Oh, perfect dive, spin around. Look at that.
That was a nice one.
Excellent flying there, yeah.
Oh, he's lost interest in him. That will come back to bite him, and it looks like it is now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a tail gunner on him, trying to help him, but it doesn't look like it's doing much with that nimble fighter.
He's trying to repair his plane. That's what's going on right now.
Could you zoom in on the Delta flag now? They're trying to take over the flag.
Delta here.
Fighting here. Yeah, on Delta. Just get real close.
Yeah, looks like they're coming from E. Yeah.
Just zoom in on it. Let's see what they're doing.
Oh, looks like the cavalry's playing a little game of cat and mouse at the moment, with MeMo being the mouse. Oh, let him into a rocket gun, but the assault could not capitalize on it.
Yeah. As you can see, this is 64 players playing, and we have 3 people on the server trying to watch over the game. And with 3 commentaries, we still don't have a complete overview on everything that's going on, because it's such a huge match. It's so many players. It's awesome, just awesome.
Yeah, we're trying to get you the best where the main action is going on here. Looks like D's been mopped up pretty much here.
Yeah. Looks like I'm seeing a horde of the Huns at Charlie at the moment. While MeMo's trying to push in from Bravo. Got a light tank. Looks like it's falling back. Probably took some heavy hits. Yeah.
MeMo still will have a free cap. And that will gain some tickets for him.
Oh.
Now we're going for the 4th one on Charlie.
Oh. Yep, looks like we got a huge conglomerate of MeMo pushing in from Bravo, as well as a big fight at Delta.
Yeah.
Just checking on how the fight's going. They got a land ship rolling in, but that land ship is heavily damaged. Looks like it wouldn't take not but another. Oh yeah, it's on fire now. But it looks like the Huns have pushed out MeMo pretty much. Got a few pockets of resistance, but they look like they're steadily getting mopped up.
Looks like that horse is gonna come in for a second run, try to get rid of that tank.
Did a good job, but the tank but that horse is still in a game of cat and mouse. Alright, let's check in on how that push from Bravo was going.
Looks like
doesn't look like it was doing much.
Here.
Yeah, we've got one guy in there. It looks like it's a one versus one scenario, but
locking this down. Look at this.
Oh,
smart move by the light tank. Light tank, make it so only infantry can get in. work for your advantage right there until he gets flanked by every one of the Hungarians in a second. Oh boy.
Yeah, that tank will
That's
not
gonna
last
end
long.
well.
And
it
there
will not,
goes
and
the
it's
light
down.
tank. Looks like Huns want Charlie back.
Now the Hungarian is almost half of the team is focused on the Charlie. As you can see, it's maybe 15 players just grabbing that flag.
Yeah.
And MeMo is getting picked up.
Yeah, Charlie always seems to be a good little middle ground people like to fight over whenever a conquest takes place.
Yeah.
But Huns need to secure their rear flank because we've got a full squad at Echo.
And they're all moving their way over to D now.
Hungarian lost their plane.
They got an injured tank, and they've got a horse just continually blowing stuff up still.
Oh yeah.
But C is where the big action is. Just look at the number of HUN players. You got a bunch of guys on the bottom and below the courtyard. You've got a bunch of them starting to now push over to B, but as you can see,
on that one. Let's see how many. Look at the players.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's like an ant farm.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
But
the Huns
look at C. Look where they lost their attention, and then look at C.
Yeah.
5
See,
guys capping C.
See, there's one thing I've noticed throughout this entire game. The Huns have a good strategy, but not for conquest. They move as one big conglomerate. That would be good on games like Rush, where you can't get bad Rush or front lines, something that you cannot get back capped on. But in a conquest, you cannot all move at once. It does help, but MeMo is proving why that horde attack doesn't always work, because they're just constantly backcapping Delta and Echo.
It looks like MeMo is responding a lot quicker than Hungarian teams.
Yeah, because they've got about a squad and a half holding out at Delta. Looks like that cavalry's coming in for a run on that heavy tank at Echo. Looking to flank them. Let's see if he can get it off.
See, in this map, having this courtyard is really only helpful if you've got a crack sniper. Like 1 or 2 crack snipers, because you really can't see into the ballroom at all from that top vantage point. You can barely see D. Your really only good sight lines are at B. I mean, if you're looking to do some long-range sniping, on this map, you really if you're planning on, like, they've got the one guy covering two guys covering
now.
B right now, yeah, and they're doing great work here, but C, you had to send everybody to go take it back. You lost D, you got E back because it's near your spawn, and now.
But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold Echo for long, though.
It's like I said, this is very tempting, even on operations and ballroom. Take the top, take the top, take the high point. The only time that really works is in Rush, because one of the points is right in the middle of the courtyard, and it's a great vantage point to be looking down. But front lines, it's not good to be up there. I mean, front lines, it is in a degree if you're on a defense, but as a whole,
not really much use unless you're doing
gold,
them enough.
really, that courtyard terrace there.
Oh, we've got it looks like a full squad at Delta.
C is heavy action as well.
Yeah, they just spawned in with a multiple of players trying to regain the Charlie. But they need to keep that flag and not just capture it, they need to keep it and gain tickets.
Charlie used to be full of boxes and all sorts of things. They put so much fire in there, that place is you can dance in that place now with how clear it is now.
Walking over them. One more. And that's it.
And they're capping
They're
A back.
still having, they're still having Charlie. Hungarian did not get the chance to overtake that flag, and I'm trying again through the gate, trying to get in.
Oh, that small
4, 5,
tank is
6
in here
players.
again. Here you go.
Let's see what's going on with Charlie again.
Ooh, this is going to end poorly for those infantry. Oh, light tank. Hello. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's still outnumbered. His guys really need to help him out.
Yeah.
He might not
I'm
last
waiting at
long.
the gates.
He's not damaged too bad. His guys bailed him out in the ballroom.
Oh,
They
slowly
paid the
raising
price
the
for it,
gates
though.
now. But will that
We got
help?
3 MeMo players keeping their out of the flag. And now they're back in 2. Let's see if the last one they are still spawning and get back to the C flag.
Got the tank that time. It's done.
Well, looks like we've
3
got a
players.
squad moving into at the bottom southern end of that courtyard with a heavy tank supporting them. Where will they go?
I don't know.
Oh, that
If
tank
I
took
was
out a
them,
lot of people on its path, though.
Yeah.
Allowed his team to get more spawns in and lock down that point.
Yeah.
Just a good stall tactic there. Looking over at A, it looks like we got a, as Ira said, heavy tank now in the battle for MeMo. Looks like it might be going toe-to-toe with one over here.
With the land ship over there.
Yeah.
Nope, that's that's another heavy tank.
Yep.
Oh, and it has taken some
big hit on
heavy
there.
damage from the Hun's tank.
Yes,
got a
but
rear hit on him.
MeMos have turned around that field gun. That's going to change the. Yeah, that's going to change things there.
Looks like the Hun assault's not working as well as they planned, but they are starting to cap
really
Bravo.
Did some damage. He's going to try to repair that, but that field gun
And
boom.
it polished them off. Good shooting by the man on the field gun.
Yep.
Let's see if we can't find out who was on that field gun. I think it was this gentleman right here, One-Eyed Revenge. Nice. Oh, and he's a scout as well. Some nice shooting with a rifle and nice shooting with a field gun.
Looks like B is going to be contested here. They're going to be able to bring that tank in now to help out.
Oh,
Huns
Huns had air support, but it looks like MeMo's looking to mop up the air support. They've gone outside of my visible range. Can't see anything about that at the moment.
C going back and forth again. Again, issue they're taking here. They've got one guy heading into the ballroom. He's down. You've got 2 medics.
Now the
sitting
bird
on
is
top
out in
of
Bravo.
Yeah. Yep, they just took the terrorists from you now. C's back in MeMo ham.
Oh no, I'm sorry, viewers. I was wrong about what MeMo's using. They are using a Saint Charmaine. I was wondering where those artillery strikes were coming in from.
Yeah. And that was coming from the Voodoo Killer 35.
Yep.
Good job on that one.
Let's take a quick look at how kills and scores are going right now.
Yeah, you got 15 kills.
Big fight again at C here. That ballroom.
They just love it. Let's see if I can't get us a closer.
The problem is HUN takes it, they leave, and one guy caps it back for MeMo.
Yeah, the tactic the Hun's using right now, it would work a lot better on Argonne Forest, which I think is their next map. Am I wrong? Am I right? Yeah, the tactic they're using would most likely work better there.
Rushing, yeah.
In an open field like
much easier thing to do, yeah.
Yeah, in an open map like this, you're just gonna constantly have your rear getting capped.
Yeah. MeMo is really defending the Bravo flag now, and the Voodoo Killer on the tank is ready to fire up on behind the Charlie flag if someone's going.
Oh yeah, here comes that Gamer Claws swag. That light tank he's been running, highly effective against this rush of infantry.
Yeah.
Huge problem.
Oh, most likely running the
again. Here they come.
Most likely running the autocannon package too, which is a big help.
I'm assuming, yes. Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like he's running a main gun.
Really? Yeah, he is.
Main gun.
Main gun and swapping between his coax machine gun.
Yeah, he's going coaxial heavy gun. Coaxial heavy gun, yeah.
Which is not a bad idea. That main gun
runs the double cannon package, so it's surprising to see someone not use that.
Yeah, but that package he's using, what he's doing is not a good idea. Send in that heavy shell to soften him up and polish him off with that HMG.
Big fight going to be
happening. Oh yeah, we got a big fight between Bravo and Charlie. Looks like, oh, a nice shot by Woodkiller. Huns were too focused on the ground infantry at Bravo, not noticing the tanks sneaking up on their flanks.
Needs to get some healing in there right now.
He needs some repairing on that tank now. It's really hurt. Oh,
Oh
we have
yeah,
to
she's
go.
on fire. Let's. Whoa, she survived though. She's sitting at 26 health. Who knows how long that'll last? But they
Voodoo
are starting to
Killer.
repair.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
Voodoo
not
Killer. He
repairing
got
now.
to pull a cod. Yeah, so you know, oh baby, a triple.
Oh, good lord!
Yeah.
Speaking of a triple, we just got a Quinta kill by Vodor on the heavy bomber.
Yeah, big fight at D again.
D, Bravo, and Charlie.
Look
They
at that
just cannot
tail
keep
come.
down.
Wow.
That horse
Look
just
at the
wiped out
tackle.
half of MeMo's
Oh
team.
my god.
Good lord, he is going to town. Running a cavalry sword as well. I prefer the spear, but everyone has their own choice. Spear
Look at
makes
that running over that now. Oh my god.
just a
I
killing field.
hope that small tank is ready because it's gonna get heavy at sea.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a nice little fight. We got 2 heavy tanks rolling up from Delta.
Oh, here it comes. Oh,
But it
and
looks
there's
like
the
the Saint
artillery strike.
Charmaine. Looks like Saint Charmaine's trying to come. Looks like he's going to reinforce him at Charlie.
Oh, here
We
comes
got
the
2
rush.
force on it.
Oh, but he's stopped just
Oh, heavy
outside the
tank.
gate.
He wasn't ready for that.
Oh,
Oh
look at-
boy.
Oh, but
Okay,
that,
when he got
but
flanked
the,
behind, yeah.
but the light tank just didn't have the armor to go toe to toe with them.
Yeah.
But it looks like we got the
that's-
Saint Charmaine starting to roll up for some fire support.
2 heavy tanks at sea now, right now. This is the last ditch push right here.
If they
Yeah,
can't,
maybe. Just a little. Ooh, there's
Problem
some
is-
flares from that plane.
I'm hitting up
There's-
the 2 tanks between Charlie. Let's see what's happened here.
oh, let's see this little fight we got
I'm
going.
bearing
One of those
support him.
snipers took out a vehicle with a K bullet. Now, that is
Oh.
something.
That is
Yeah.
some nice opportunistic shots right there. Because take it from a guy who snipes way too darn much in this game. It is difficult to finish a vehicle off of that cable. You got to find the right spot, and you can't be too far away. Those bullets lose their effectiveness after about 100 yards.
Coming down to the last 5 tickets. This is going to be a kill. This is going to be for kills, not caps pointed.
Yep. And looks like MeMo takes the first game.
Yes. They did. But
Will
why?
the Huns
Why
be
did
able
they
to
get
pull
it?
it back in Argonne though?
It's gonna be heavy. We have
Oh,
played
yeah.
against MeMo earlier, and we also have the forest as a map, and it's a really great map to play as only infantry. So you can see maybe a lot of action on the Charlie flag on the bridge there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully. Mm.
Now the
I
question
want to see
is, will the Huns be able to learn from their mistakes of that game of just letting MeMo come in and constantly backcap them?
Hard to tell.
Me.
What do you think, Dragon?
Dragon.
Did you lost some?
Well, I guess it's our job to commentate now, even though we've already been doing it. Can't ever expect Dragon to stay for long. He's known him. He's probably passed out now.
You think so? Too much for him in this match. Seems like we got.
Oh,
the
seems like he's
forest
back.
as the next game.
No, I'm sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, Dragon, what's your thoughts? Do you think the Huns have learned their mistakes from last game and
Well, no,
try
their
not to let them
tactic is-
constantly get backcapped?
Well, here's the thing. Argonne, different story. No vehicles in this at all. This is all infantry all the time. They use the tactics they were using that game just as a straight infantry fight. They have a good chance of winning this map hands down.
Well, let's see if Battlefield was nice to them. And yes, they don't have to restart this. All platoons are on the right teams.
So if you're going to be doing your main rushes, the problems you're going to have in the 2 spots, if you are the Huns, are going to be point D because of its openness, and the second spot you're going to have trouble with is trying to hold on to B if you get a back cap on them because of all those ports and buildings, because that courtyard is just a death sentence for anybody who has to try to cap in that courtyard if you're trying to back cap.
Alright,
So
looks like I'm
look
gonna have
for
to go
B
to a
and
free
D to be the
camera.
hardest points to hold.
Free camera looks so I can get a better view. These trees do not help us at all, gentlemen. But looks like we've got some big fight. Oh, this is going to be a
C
nice
is where it's
one.
going to be the biggest fight to begin with.
Got a lot of MeMo coming in from the train tracks. But same with the
There's one
Huns.
place you can flank on, so we really need to see C as a lot of flanking maneuvers. Look for a lot of people to try to get behind. Look, they've already got a whole squad going to B A.
Oh, MeMo tried to have a guy flank, but he just couldn't keep it going.
That was what I was saying earlier, that you're probably going to see some flanking on this guy.
Nope, looks like we got one guy flanking. Oh, he's doing a good job so far. Oh, it did not last long.
MeMo's got a huge flank going on today. They sent a whole squad. 2 whole squads.
2 whole squads.
Yeah, 2 whole squads. 10 men going there.
Oh, looks like MeMo has lost Charlie, gentlemen. They just couldn't keep the flank.
They're going heavy on the back flank. Heavy on the back flank they're going for right now.
Yeah,
And they're going to succeed right now.
Still stopping them on the right side of the flank on Charlie. They're ready for him, but they are down with 1 person now, so they're overwhelmed with the other team there, and they're not gonna survive that. Yeah. And they are gonna get into the Delta flag.
Yeah, looks like the Huns are taking a early lead at the moment.
Opening. Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. There we have the Hungarian team. 1 player has responded to Alpha. And that's a little too late. He got 1.
And they're falling for it again. MeMo's back capping.
Yeah, well, they went hard for it. Now imagine if you had, because if you looked at them when you looked at the map, they were all running in a straight line. If you had one guy just waiting back for him, knowing they're coming, he could have wiped them with 1 machine gun. They were all heads down, going fast. They could have been easily picked off by 2 guys. They were not. They were on a set path, and I didn't see many of them looking both ways before they crossed the street. They could have easily been stopped by a small squad, and that would have stopped the entire flank of 10 guys.
Yeah.
It looks like the Huns are starting to push. Looks like the Huns have pushed them out of there a bit.
Yeah, they have, and the Huns are still fighting. But again, that squad of 10 is really doing a number to them as they do this huge push. And MeMo's more than happy to give them a hell of a fight at each point as they watch their guys cap each point on them. You know, so
yeah. But it still got a big fight going over Delta at the moment.
I told you it was going to be B and D where the biggest action is going to be here. They're just D so open, B so cramped. That's where you're going to see a lot of the action.
Yeah. No one on Charlie.
Nobody on Charlie.
No, it looks like we got 1 MeMo going to Charlie to probably cap it.
Oh, MeMo. Let's see.
DK Ham C's being the brave little soul to solo cap Charlie with the brunt of the horde at Bravo.
Let's see how long he's gonna stay there before the other team.
Oh, he's starting to get a little bit of backup on his flank. That 1 Hun Zozie, he's smart. He's not pushing up. He know he will not win that fight, but he's got a little bit of backup with him.
Oh, he went under.
MeMo has wiped the resistance at D. They're gonna have to go take C back. Well, they are right now. There's just.
Oh, the Danish team is behind him, and he's going down. Oh, he didn't see that. He was trying to flank him, but the Danish team was hiding too well.
And the Huns have recapped Charlie.
One guy who can get a bunch of teams to spawn on him at B. If he can just stay alive a little longer, one guy might be enough. Though there is an entire Hun squad at A. That's going to be difficult. C is look like where the action is right now.
Yes. Over and under a bridge.
And I've noticed something. They don't seem to have banned a lot of the guns that we usually ban. I've noticed some automaticos and annihilators rolling around.
Well, in Conquest, it's a bit different. When you're playing smaller squads of like 12 and 16, and an Automatico on a close quarters map, that's no fun. Certain teams don't like that. Like, gas is allowed in this game, but I really haven't seen it used to much effect here. To that
I've mainly only seen
right
smoke, and that's most likely just from the medic perk alone.
But a lot of teams don't like the Automatico because it is a
looks like MeMo's trying to do a little bit of flank on the Huns with along that back passage, but it ain't gonna end well for them. Had about 5 medics watching that approach, and they just slapped them down and said, "Nope, not happening."
A lot of flanks on that side. It's tough to see, but again, you see MeMo just capping.
We got one Hun sneaking up on the field gun crew. Can he take them both out? He can. Oh, nope. He just couldn't finish that other guy off. He had to reload.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting pinged down on Charlie. There are enemies on both sides of the bridge.
Yeah.
Overwhelming with the players from the Hungarian team.
MeMo's been forced back to the hill. Can they hold that hill though?
But yet again. Took A, taking B. They keep capping. It's going to come down to kills if they can just keep back capping.
Yeah, and look at the tickets. It's so close.
Very
the
close.
Huns at the first took an early 20 ticket lead, but now MeMo's tied it all up.
The Huns in this map are clearly the better killers. They clearly are the more skilled players when it comes down to man-on-man fighting. You can just see it, this fight over here. That one guy over by C, I don't know if you saw it, he took out 3 guys, and he was 4-on-1. They clearly have good skill players. They don't have
doesn't necessarily have the
defensive
tactics
setups. Yeah,
to do
they
it,
don't have the
to
tactics
capitalize
as well
on
as
it.
MeMo does. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm all for keeping your tactics simple, but a simple Zerg rush just ain't gonna cut it.
I think if MeMo's gonna try to take over Charlie again, I think they're gonna have some players moving below the bridge and not everyone on the top, and try to stop them from spawning in on the.
MeMo may just be content with just picking them off.
Yeah.
Because they're doing a damn good job boxing them in.
But they're not on the flag yet. They need to get on the burn.
Yeah.
Let's see if they get some players on the below. We got
They still have a whole squad just capping back points.
Nurgar is from MeMo is on below.
I mean, Hun's starting to secure their flank, but it doesn't look like they're keeping Alpha held.
It looks like D's being taken. Back cap.
Oh, Hun's took a page out of
That's
MeMo.
gonna be a... Yeah.
Looks like Hun's took the page out of MeMo's, but getting stuck in that bunker, 1 incendiary and 1 gas grenade. That'll clear a bunker out fast and you can count 10.
They're holding.
Surprisingly, but I am seeing some gas usage. And that itself, oh, and there it goes with a well-placed anti-tank grenade from someone on MeMo's side. I wasn't fast enough to catch his name.
You know, my answer to all types of buildings is when in doubt, limp it out. You know, so just blow the living daylights out of it. So.
See, I'm a pyro. My answer is throw an incendiary grenade. If I get hit markers,
You can stop,
good.
drop, and roll with fire. You know, when you're chunked, you're not getting up after that. You know.
Yeah, but with a small bunker like that, a well-placed incendiary grenade will light that entire bunker up.
Yeah.
Fight looks like it's being redirected back to C. It looks like.
Yep. Got a small squad
MeMo
of
flanks. These MeMo flanks are just doing.
Got a full squad of MeMo at Alpha.
Squad. They think they get everybody, and then they all respawn on one person. They've just been an A the whole time. They all get nearly wiped. One guy runs away. Everyone respawns on him. He's back.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, MeMo was taking a 40-ticket lead.
Yeah, when they were down almost 35 in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
That, gentlemen, just goes to show that Kills aren't everything in a conquest.
Nope.
You
They are helpful.
gotta. Oh yeah, they help a lot, but it's not gonna help if you're constantly losing your back points to no one watching it.
Yeah.
Looks like their Huns are not going to sit in the bunker this time.
Yeah, they don't want that anti-tank grenade coming to fly in to give them a bad hair day.
Klaus from MeMo is back on the Delta flag, trying to get more players in. They're spawning in and running onto the flag.
But can
It's
he
clear
last
there's
long? Looks
only
like
one
he's
player
got a MeMo coming up to his rear with him. But they just ignore each other. I guess he thinks he's a friendly. I mean, look at this.
The Delta flag?
We got Levo and John Han just fighting against each other's team and not even caring who's... Oh, he finally noticed him.
The MeMo team was leaving the Delta flag a little too early. I didn't know if they
It's
had
like C's
planned
going
that.
back to MeMo. Looks like they capped B and they defended the attackers. Again, broken down to 1 or 2. All they have to do is one of them has to stay out of the combat, and they're back in.
And MeMo has jumped ahead with a 70 ticket lead. The Huns have got to tighten up on this backcapping situation. They should have learned their lesson from the last match, because that was all MeMo was doing. They'd push forward, and they just have one squad backcapping.
They've only got A right now. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe you should try to get a free view below the tree so we can get some more action on the stream here. I see we have an overview here, but if we can get a little closer maybe on the Delta and have a little overview below the tree tops.
B looks like it's where the action's going to be right now. Got
B?
a whole bunch of people on B for HUN trying to take the point back, but you're going to start seeing MeMo guys come crashing in on these points. You got MeMo guys moving into A, you got MeMo guys getting ready to hold off the assault on the flanks leading to C. Yep, because they're trying to get the other side of the bridge, it looks like. Or they're content with just keeping the Huns pinned on one side of the bridge. But
And that's
again,
with the ticket league they have, that's a tactic they could certainly stick to at this point in the game.
it's almost a 100-point ticket lead again. They lose A again. They get
Yeah. A lot of Hungarian players on Bravo, but they are losing Alpha, and Danish is almost gonna get maybe a 4 cap, and
We got a good fight going on at Charlie as well. It's like they're trying to push up from the
see
train.
that whole squad? Caught him off guard. Down. Down.
Oh. Good lord. He is not paying attention to his flank at all.
He's gonna get stabbed right here.
That, gentleman, is what happens when you don't have communication between your squad.
A looks like it's gonna be a little bit hectic here. 3 men still on it. You got a couple still coming in. Again, all those
Got a Hun
spawns.
about to flank him. That's one. Oh, but he couldn't get past just one. We still got one Hun
cap.
just hiding in the little corner over there. He does not want to leave that bunker. He knows it will not be a good day. Oh, but he's crawling out.
Denmark is going for a 5 cap. I don't know if they're
Yep,
gonna
they
make
are.
it.
They have a chance. No
Yeah.
one's really bothering him at B except one guy, and he's getting some backup right now.
Oh, and the Huns flanked, and the Hun flanks the squad that was at Alpha. There goes that little dream. Got a big fight happening at Charlie again. They're just content
That's
to keep
been
them on
raging
that
the
side.
entire time. Yeah, they're very content on just keeping them on the other side of the bridge and holding. This is like the team deathmatch death hill, basically.
Yes.
You hold this hill in team deathmatch,
You win.
And yeah, and so they're taking that tactic to heart. Though they are getting pushed back quite a bit. Those medics are doing their job though, picking people up from MeMo.
Yep.
But again, the ticket lead is starting to get a little out of hand here.
It's almost, we've got about 100, it's about 150 ticket lead that MeMo has gotten. Oh, now you see this little pass right here? This is a nice pass to use if you ever play TDM and they're just bunkered down on that little death hill. You got just enough time where if you're constantly sprinting, you can get behind these guys and do some real damage. Now don't go sharing that. That's a little tip. That's a little secret. It's That's a good secret.
I feel like you're about to go.
See,
Now,
it's
I don't tell.
fucking
I don't
dream.
tell every purty face about my secrets in TDM, but I'll let you in on a little secret.
Now that's a secret that I don't tell everybody. I'm just giving y'all a little taste of some of the secrets that
I give you a little something. Something.
Oh, and looks
Irish drug tactics seller of Battlefield 1. There you go.
MeMo's occupying a ravaging their flanks.
Oh, the fight's moving a little further back here.
Not by me.
Take it lead now.
Gotta say, Dragon, this just goes to show what happens if you've got a simple tactic, but against these guys who've proven last game that they do nothing but they are good with flanking. The Huns just aren't adapting as well as they should be.
MeMo's just, they haven't left A. They sat there the whole time. I'm looking. Cozy Cone, Nordic Pirate DK, Birdie, Moses 3000. They have not moved from A literally the entire time.
Oh, but they got a 4 squad moving up. I'm pretty sure that. But they do have an Overwatch by an LMG that looks to be bipoded up with a 1917, if memory serves me correct. Nope, that's a Lewis gun. Buddy brought in some backup.
I still have bodies to respawn on Alpha.
Oh yeah.
Looks like they're trying to go for under the bridge at C right now, the Huns. Still, they can't dig out any of the MeMo guys off that hill. They just...
No.
You know, I gotta say, in Battlefield 5, the MeMos, I feel, would make great use of the fortification system in that game.
Oh, yeah.
With what they're doing right now, they're just keeping them on that side of the bridge. You let them do some fortifications, good luck digging them out. And the Huns still cannot keep the MeMo out of their rear flanks at Alpha. You just got TGS Viking. Oh, he went in for a nice melee kill there. But he got gunned down anyway.
Take capping B without anybody noticing. There's one guy on there saying, "Hey,
Oh,
I got you."
But it looks like
It's
Lewis.
still getting capped.
Yep, they just cannot. It's like a crazy. It's like MeMo is like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Every time you look away, they pop right back up behind you.
Do you have girlfriends that follow you ever, or Irish?
Oh, you should hear some of the horror stories about down here in the South, buddy. I ain't gonna traumatize our European friend over here.
Nordic,
I mean,
Nordic team.
I mean, Irish,
Nordic
you
pirate.
do remember to use capital condoms, right? You know.
Nah, well, my daddy always said don't stick your dick in crazy. I just didn't listen to him.
Pirate DK from MeMo is doing a hell of a good job on Bravo, keeping the other team clear. Doing a lot of job on his own as a support. And he's moving around. He got taken out.
Looks like that Foz guy's looking to plan a flank on MeMo, but is that actually what he's doing? He might be, but MeMo's directed a couple guys to deal with their flank.
Looks like the Hungarian team is being in Bravo now. It's so much going on this big battles. It's very hard to stay alerted to everything that happens.
Hey, you'll never guess where Crazy Cone's squad's going.
Could it be back to Alpha?
Yeah, but guess what?
Are they taking
it? Waiting for him this time.
They finally learned. Took them long enough. And the Huns have still yet to dig out this squad up here. I don't think they've left the entire time.
Up on that hill. No, they're actually using the mounted machine gun.
Is it even still there? I don't think I see it.
No,
it is still there.
It's there.
As you can see now, the MeMo is trying to stop the flank on Charlie, and with only one player is stopping our whole team to entering. For a while there.
Not anymore. Oh, they got around him finally.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it looks like MeMo's bringing in some reinforcement. Will it help?
No,
I don't think so.
But you see how much damage he can do to the other team just staying and waiting on that. right flank on Charlie there, stop a complete team of 8 to 10 players, not getting through.
Looks like
With only
MeMo's
one
back
player.
capping again. Man, the Huns just cannot keep them out of the food stores, can they? It's like a cockroach. No matter how many times you stomp on them, they pop back up and you don't even know where they came from.
He was going after the Hungarian team who's trying to get to the main flag. Of course, 3 players.
I gotta say,
picking off.
MeMo has taken a 300 ticket lead.
Yeah,
Almost,
and
yeah.
Tranquility take out 3, 4 of the 5. He got 5 of them alone from Hungarian.
And they
Clear the whole team.
they looks like the Huns are taking a page out of MeMo's book and trying to back cap at Echo. But at this point in the game, it's a good try, but it's not gonna do anything.
It seems like this match is over, and MeMo is gonna take this for a win for almost 300 tickets. So a very good job for the MeMo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many matches the Hungarian have on this type of matches, but they do have a lot of learn how to keep this battling better if they are used to smaller teams like the Frontlines or Team Deathmatch. It's
With their
completely
tactics, it would make me think that they do specialize more in front lines and rush.
Yeah, the unmasked movements.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works perfect for rush. Not so much in a conquest.
Yeah.
They took the hunt. They just couldn't even keep up with the kills either.
Well,
Gotta say,
you had that point at C where it was just a meat grinder for MeMo. HUN kept trying to hit that point, and they just kept repulsing them every single time.
I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed in the Huns. I figured they would have learned from their mistake last match, but nope. It came back with a vengeance.
I think the difference was I don't think Huns have played a lot of these big conquest maps, and I think the difference is you just got to get experience with your guys. That comes with time, you know.
Yeah.
With these international matches, they're going in practices. They're trying to stick teams that squads that play together a lot as they stand. So when it comes down to it, you know, your squad's going to get an assignment. You have to try to stick to that assignment. If you don't give people or squad leaders that assignment that they need to be aiming for,
It's
they
just
can
not gonna do
ad-lib
anything.
obviously a little bit, but they kind of have to stick to their roles in a big 32 match because you can't micromanage really anybody in that kind of a fight.
Well, it's very difficult. That is very, very difficult. So
See, now, what was going on right there, it would have been a very good... A system that they had in Battlefield 4, the commander system, that actually might have helped out the Huns in a situation like this if they had someone take over that role. Just to
points,
direct
just
them.
saying, yeah.
But I don't think the commander system was used very much in Battlefield 4. I know I didn't see it used very much.
No, it wasn't really used very well.
But in a situation like that, it would have been used perfectly.
The commander system, which was taken from a Steam game that was a Half-Life mod called what was it? It was like Aliens versus Humans, and it was like an RTS but in first person. It was kind of interesting.
Looks like to start the match off, we're having some dog fights going on. We got Huns as the British and MeMo as the Germans.
And this one's just you know, for the game's already been won by MeMo at the best of 3, but
Yeah.
you always play the last match if you're able to. The more you play as your team, the more you're going to learn. So that happened to the BSR5 last week. A team that hadn't played in a very long time lost the first 2 matches pretty quickly, but then really turned it up to 11 in the last match, and so
yeah.
You never know what a team really has until you see them in all three
Looks
games.
like we're gonna be seeing a big skirmish between Bravo and Echo.
Yeah, in this map you're going to see a lot of people fighting over. Normally, D is a pretty contested point, and B. E can be contested quite a bit, and so can C, but the majority of your fight is going to be over D and B because
That
of
heavy
their
tank took a
proximity to each other.
massive... Oh, and there goes another heavy shot from that light tank. 3 direct shots on that heavy tank. And I don't think he landed a single shot against that medium or light tank.
Yeah, D, like I said, D is going to be a heavily contested point, and from what I'm going to be seeing, it could be between B and D, because again, just look at the proximity to them versus the other points. They're so close together.
Yeah, and then you got Charlie out in the middle of nowhere, which looks like MeMo has done a good job of taking. And it looks like we got that one squad doing a back cap, but they've actually left a heavy tank at Foxtrot. Will it be able to last against the incoming assault? Time will tell.
D looks like it's a pretty good point here. A lot
That
of
heavy,
fighting in D here.
that heavy tank is close to being gone. Can that light tank finish it off?
It looks like they've repaired it.
Yeah, it looks like the light tank's gonna win this. It looks like the heavy tank won, and no.
Oh,
That was a nasty hit, and there goes the light. Oh, looks like Woodlow is back in his Charmaine. Can we see the level of performance he put up in the first game?
And here's the question: HUN got to get that tank to the front line. That is way far away from everything going on over there.
Yeah.
No real fight for B yet.
And we got a dogfight between a MeMo and a HUN, but MeMo might win that. Yeah, MeMo won the dogfight.
The fight for D really needs to be pushed over to B. Like, they need to dig. HUNs really need to dig that building. There we go.
Is this the same?
Go down.
Is this the same squad that's been giving these guys problems? Nope, they've got a new squad doing flanking at Foxtrot.
Now MeMo is supporting them on Delta with the plane, trying to take off that tank. And he have also maybe flared.
Tank's taking some heavy hits. Looks like Wood is heavily damaged, but he's
Plane is back in.
Plane just wipes the guys over. Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Still got that tank going.
You can see how much the plane can support a team if they get in and get the support and they throw out the flares and get the bombs in on that back.
That heavy tank is heavily hurt. That Charmaine is trying to finish him up, but he just cannot land the finishing blow.
But he's out of the burn, and that helps MeMo to take over it.
Yeah, we do have a light tank sitting off on a hill, and he's starting to range in his shots very... Oh, he lands a nice hit on that heavy. Good shots there.
He's not missing.
He's got him ranged in. That last one just hit a bit short.
Oh, and then there's...
Oh, that is a nice kill by Tranquility 1987 in the heavy bomber.
We got one guy trying to repair the Hungarian tank. He's repairing, boarding his tanker. Storm Sniper is in there, and then
fight looks like it's going to be for E right now.
Yep, got that Charmaine moving up in the center area, but he might not last very long. There goes the windmill. Looks like they did not want a sniper hanging out up there. We got another heavy. We got a heavy tank rolling in on Echo. Will the Charmaine notice it? Tranquility with a triple right there. That heavy bomber, he is doing some work in that thing this game.
Well, if you don't take the time to take a heavy bomber out in the beginning of a game to show that you're willing to knock it out, it's just going to keep doing that kind of damage over and over again.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of a... Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, that's really a problem. Like I said, a good tactic for this type of map is your squad, you have two squads. One squad's job is to hold C and to harass F. Like if you hold C and then you move with F and then go back and forth. But I'm just seeing this same horde mentality from HUN, and it's just they don't have anybody splitting off to do separate objectives. Like I take one, then move to two. You know, like kind of like computer binary. Like I do objective one, then I move to this. You know.
Yeah. Now that performance in the heavy bomber reminds me of a operations game I did about a month or two ago where I had a buddy of mine. He went about 140 kills on that heavy bomber, and the enemy just could not bring him down. It was
Don't
constantly
bother to shoot a
peppering.
machine gun. No one.
No, no one bothered to even attempt it. Looks like we got a big fight over Echo and Delta. It's a bit surprising.
A preview on that Delta. There's a lot of action going on here.
Yeah.
You get a preview.
That tank's trying to get away.
Yeah, he's still there, making noise. He gets
For
hit.
much longer.
Oh.
He's heavily in this heavy, and there goes the heavy from a rocket gun from Jinirin 276. That was a nice shot right there, bud. Looks like Huns have pushed out MeMo from Echo.
Yeah, but they are already going in now from Delta. You can follow them in. Follow the spot. And preview. From Delta to Charlie.
Got that heavy tank just strolling right across the open field, uncontested. Oh.
Wouldn't say uncontested. The plane certainly noticed it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it doesn't do much damage to him. Oh, but that bombing run sure hurt him, tickled him a bit. Heavy tanks moving to Delta. Looks like we got
going for a cap at Delta.
Looks like we got.
No contestants there.
No. Oh, but we still got that light tank sitting up on the hill doing a bit of sniping. Oh, barely missed on the heavy tank's part, but that light tank is just sending them in one after another.
Ooh.
I don't think he's missed.
Ooh. That plane did some major damage to that tank.
Oh, but the medics are picking them back up.
The Hungarian tank has a spot on Echo.
Oh, plane in for
Oh, baby,
nice.
a triple from that plane.
that plane.
Oh.
These MeMo guys sure know how to do their close range, their close air support. I will give them that.
Try to get closer on the Echo. Let's see what's going on
Oh,
there.
wow. Everybody at D just got wiped out by that plane and bomber combo.
Got a heavy tank over here at Echo. Surrounded. Oh, looks like we got a support doing a limpet mine. Did it stick? It stuck, and it
Oh,
almost
it
took him
does.
out. Finished
Limp it
off
out,
by
limp it out.
Dungcher. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that name to hell and back. Only thing I could properly read was Dong. Got a good little fight going on at Delta, but MeMo with the close air support again, going unchallenged.
That St. Charlemagne is still up. It never went down.
It's still up. Woodoo, 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 woodoo.
What's going on in Delta? I see the
He's,
MeMo is taking over it.
yeah.
MeMo got him back.
But MeMo had a tank there ready for him.
Oh,
And he's picking them up one by one.
he needs to get that squad out of the building. Oh, he's noticed them in there. Looks like the Huns have got an artillery truck lying around somewhere. Oh,
Oh,
here comes
Someone got
MeMo.
grenades on that
Oh,
tank.
there's
Oh,
another
I got it.
trip. There's another trippy by Hamsylvangia. In that plane, he has gone uncontested this entire time.
The Storm Sniper soloed that St. Charlemagne by
yeah,
himself.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, all alone. It seems like the MeMo players are playing I don't know why I should call it, but they are playing a much wider range and not so close that like the Hungarian team does. The Hungarian team plays a little closer as a team, and
Yes, and
Memo is flanking out wider, so it's
oh
very
yeah,
difficult to take them off.
yeah, and MeMo was taking a heavy advantage of that with that 200 ticket lead. But it looks like the Huns have gotten a little bit annoyed with him and decided to bring out a AA truck on him.
I mean, you just got to look at the difference. A lot of the Hun players have also left, so we have to factor that into it as well. But the MeMo pilots, 20, 26 and 2, 6 and 1. You know,
And Sylvania going in for a heads up. He's just going uncontested, but he got within range of that AA truck. Doesn't look like it hurt him very much. Oh.
The Hungarian team is losing almost a whole squad on their team.
Yeah.
That is devastating for the battle.
Yeah. And they also have a couple guys who have gone. You can tell that they're not. A lot of the Hungarian guys are not playing with everything they had in the last game. You clearly see a lot of negative scores in this one. You see a lot of people probably saying, "Well, we've already lost. We're just playing it to play it through," you know.
Yeah.
Looks like that
MeMo
field gun from Bravo is
off the gas, though.
that field gun from Bravo is actually getting some pretty good hits at that anti-air truck at Foxtrot. That is a hard shot to hit, and he's got him ranged in almost perfectly.
Yeah.
That was a nice hit there.
Memo back on echo with 2 or 3 squads ready.
Ooh.
And there's a command.
C is a fight. C is a big fight.
Car. He's on fire, man. And he's trying. He got one with the car exploding. He got a MeMo with that car.
Oh, he almost hit that car from all the way across map.
Oh
My
yeah,
goodness.
he's been ranging him in for a good few seconds, and he almost had him down.
Truck is out of there.
That truck was like, no thank you, and he's gone left.
C was a big fight there. Huns took that away.
But Hamsylvania is just kicking those guys out of Delta with that close air support. He's gone. I don't think I've seen him get shot down once this entire match.
Big fight at C. Big fight from C to A. But that close air support, here it is.
With a double on that cast support. Good God, he is just taking them to town with that support of theirs. Bringing in a bomber, knowing that they've gotten a lot of attacker and fighter support in the air. Not the best move on the Hun's part there.
Yeah, it's already almost down. In fact, it's about to go down. Yeah, there goes the engine.
But that fighter's got an attacker on him. Can that attacker take him out? Just doesn't like that attacker's got the turn radius of that fighter. He's starting to get outmaneuvered. The attackers just said, nah, I ain't dealing with it anymore. Huns have starting to push into Alpha at the moment.
Yeah, they got a couple guys in there. Not a full squad, but
Neither does MeMo have a full squad there. They've got about the same amount. It's not an even fight. Let's see who can win that. Oh, but there comes Hamsylvania. Oh my.
Oh, he almost collided into that.
Seeing some good flying by that guy, by Hamsylvania right there. It's a good pilot if I ever done saw one. They've got the Huns pretty much pushed back to their spawn at the moment.
Yeah. And Birdie from MeMo is pissing off the other team on Foxtrot there with the horse. I can't get him down. There's a whole platoon of the other team in there, and I can't get rid of that horse. And he's engaging the artillery truck. Got a hit. Let's see if we got another one. We haven't seen him yet. Just behind him. Waiting.
Pop smoke. But with that
Yeah, he
truck
tried to
right there,
smoke.
it just does not have the armaments to
Another hit,
deal with that
another hit.
cavalry.
Big fight at E going on here. Well, sort of. There was.
MeMo is just bending these guys over.
Well, they're missing people. You
Yeah.
can tell if you look at
Oh
the
yeah.
numbers.
They're not playing as well as they were because MeMo just jumped ahead with an almost 400 ticket league.
Yeah.
Well, the match is technically already over with the first two matches won. So
Yeah.
this is just for practice and courtesy at this point. You always play the
Yeah.
third match if the game's already over.
Yeah.
The losing team isn't required to stay, but if they'd like to, they're welcome to.
It shows some good sportsmanship on their team, on their part.
Birdie on the horse on Foxtrot. It's still there. Picking on the other players. He's
They
not
just
down yet.
cannot get rid of him. Oh,
No,
and
he
there
can't.
goes the land ship by the Saint Charmagne.
They have almost 15 players on the Foxtrot, and Birdie's still alive with that horse.
Sylvania's gone 44-2 this game in that plane of his.
That's pretty much. That's very good.
That's a 22 KD
that's
right there.
Air superiority, yeah.
At its finest. Looks like the Royal Air Force just could not keep up with it. Oh, and he's taking out that attacker. Can he finish him off?
Oh, tank just spawned right behind the other tank.
I can't believe the Hungarian team haven't picked out Birdie on that horse on Foxtrot yet. He's picking one by one with that horse,
Yep.
and they don't even notice him. They try to avoid him only. No one
Yeah,
is.
he's just
waiting.
coming back for different passes. He's like, oh, I missed
Yeah.
that time. Let me try it again.
Oh,
yeah,
and
another
there
one with the
goes
sword.
Jung.
Oh, this might almost be a conquest domination here.
Yeah.
They're over 400 points ahead.
And yep, that's all points capped.
Yeah.
It's total domination. This game could be over within the next few minutes.
You know, bleeding tickets now.
But hey, they're ending with 420. That's alright by the BSR 5.
But as you can see, how much disturbance you can make for the opponent with a really good player on the horse.
Oh
Just
yeah.
keep them busy, picking them out. And he has been there for a long time now, and he's still alive. He have 15 kills and 5 deaths. So, oh, he jumped out. Oh, to revive some. And there it is.
There it is. Good fighting on both sides. My only one critique for the Huns is when you're doing conquest, try and cut back a little bit on the Zerg rushing. Leave a squad to cover your flank. But other than that, both teams fought good. It's just the flanks by MeMo, that's what won them the games.
And ridiculous air superiority from MeMo really did help. That close air support
Oh, yeah.
was the difference in the first game, and it was just crippling in this one.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can't find them. Yeah,
40 and 2 in the plane, yeah.
40 over
35
40.
and 6.
No, it was Sylvania ends with 51 kills and 2 deaths in that plane of his.
But yeah, great close air support, good horse usage. Some of those tanks could hit shots from miles across the map.
That light tank, for instance, at Alpha was just peppering that heavy tank.
It's just impressive distance shooting, really.
From both
and when
teams.
it came down to the infantry fight, which we thought HUN was going to win, or at least be very competitive in, it just came to one squad and a flank. That's it.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes in a conquest, especially on Argon.
all, a great lead up to next week's match. Again, on the 23rd, North America versus Africa on Tier 1 Gaming's YouTube network. BSR5 will be playing in that. VVV will be playing in that. A lot of big squads. A couple of guys from SDRS will be playing in that. Match to watch. These are going to be guys who have been practicing Conquest for the past 2 weeks. Both sides will be ready for these matches coming up. So definitely a match to watch coming up. But from everybody here at Space Canada, I think it's time for me to go to bed.
And time for me to rejoin my brothers of the PC Master Race.
So from all of us here, have a good one, and Pop-Tart will see you tomorrow for the BSR5 match versus Foam.
Thanks for watching. Have a nice night, everybody.